The WWE and the UFC have merged to form a new company underneath the Endeavor umbrella. That's been the massive news this week in combat sports. Now, I'm sure the question we're all wondering as MMA fans is, what does this mean for us and what does this mean for the fighters? At this stage, it's kind of hard to know exactly how this is going to affect all of us. I mean, it's big news. And a lot of this news may sort of affect just the upper echelons of the company. Well, here's a few thoughts that I've got on the deal. First of all, I'm not sure if a lot of the effects of this deal are actually going to be felt by MMA fans or potentially even the athletes. For a long time now, UFC fighters have been making appearances in WWE events. There's not as much red tape for them to appear in these kind of events as there are in other kind of combat sports events where they could be injured. As you know, UFC fighters have an exclusive contract where they can only compete in UFC MMA events. Now, there are exceptions made, usually for grappling events. A UFC fighter obviously can't compete in other MMA events. They typically can't compete in boxing events, anything that's going to give them like a suspension where that would take them out of the running of competing for the UFC. Now, WWE has been a lot different. There's typically been a little bit less hurdles for them to jump through to be able to appear in WWE and pro wrestling events. So I wouldn't expect there to be a whole lot different going forward in terms of UFC fighters appearing in the WWE, maybe a little bit more. Obviously, there's going to be even less red tape for them to do so. I don't ever expect to see a hybrid kind of show. Could we have a situation where during International Fight Week, one night there is a WWE event and the next night UFC event all in Las Vegas? Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. But I don't think that we're ever going to see the two companies actually compete in the same stage. Doesn't seem likely. That doesn't really seem like the UFC style. I know they see a lot of collaboration and a lot of overlap between WWE and UFC fans, but I don't think that means that we'll actually see the entertainment industry with the MMA industry merge and share the same platform. In all honesty, I think it may be a while before we see all of the ramifications and effects of this deal. The deal isn't actually expected to officially close until the latter half of this year. And even then, it's going to take a long time for them to work out everything that they want to do, and a big barrier for a lot of that are the rights deals. So currently, the UFC has a deal with ESPN through 2025. And WWE, on the other hand, has a deal with Fox and NBC through fall of 2024. What I would expect the two companies will want to do is try and merge some of their rights deals so that they can both be on ESPN or some other broadcasters. That makes a lot of sense. That's some of the language that they've been using in the announcements as well, is merging some of their rights deals. Another thing I could definitely see which could affect fans is that I could see them trying to merge something like UFC Fight Pass and the WWE's subscription service. I could see there being some kind of bundle there. Different kinds of discounts for fans who want to buy both kinds of pay-per-views or both streaming services. I could definitely see some collaboration with that. But otherwise, I think it's in general too early to see how this will affect fans and fighters. It kind of surprised me a little bit to see that Endeavor was making another large purchase, right? So they're going to be buying 51% of the shares for the WWE, which is a publicly traded company. It surprised me that they were going to make another big purchase when they have been paying off the debt for the UFC's $4 billion price tag back in 2016. As far as things for the fighters, I don't expect things to change much for them. I don't expect their pay to increase at all. If anything, I'd have less optimism that their pay is going to increase going forward, seeing as though Endeavor has just made another massive purchase, and this doesn't seem like the time that they're just going to greatly increase what fighters are getting paid. So that's a little bit disappointing. I doubt this is going to affect the fighters much. The people that are likely to reap most of the benefits from this deal are the people at the top of the company, unfortunately. Do you have any thoughts about this deal? Do you think that this could really affect fan experiences or how fighters are treated or what their opportunities are going forward? Let me know, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. A lot more coming your way. Have a great day.